Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, A Basket of Flowers and Grace. I'm glad that you could join me today. And so let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. Today we're going to be working on an open Entryway, which is just basically an open shelf unit. So we're going to be working on that, and I'm going to be adding some fall florals to that. Also going to be adding a pumpkin, a fox, and a candle, an open lantern candle. We're going to be adding that in today, and possibly some fairy lights. So that's what we're going to be working on today. But I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, who has given me likes and comments, and I just appreciate your kind comments and your support. I'm very grateful for that. Also, I want to talk about heavy hearts today, because my heart's a little bit heavy today. There's things going on in the country that are disturbing and that are cause for concern. And so I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that too. So I just want to try to be an encouragement to keep looking up to Him who is our peace and our comfort. He's our protector. And we just have to keep looking to Him and praying and trusting and having faith that, like Scripture says, all things work together for good to those who love Christ. So let's just keep our minds steadied on Him. So with all that said, let's get started into our project today. Okay, everyone, so this is the open shelf unit that we are going to be working on, and that is a consignment shop find that I found, and I probably paid a little bit too much for it, but I loved it so much I had to have it. So you can see that I have already done some things here with the greening and stuff, this stuff here. But anyway, and that home sign in the back, that's going to be changed. I'm going to change that out for fall. But okay. Anyway, so on the top shelf, you're going to see I have put this little wreath. Okay, this is just a little wreath. And I have actually put some books and just these little wooden pumpkins that my mom gave me. They're actually coasters, but I'm using it to raise up what I want to put in the middle. So, and then I put this wreath on top. This is all just to cover the books and to give me a backdrop for my florals. And I did the same thing down here on the second shelf. As you can see, I have some books there. I put some fern. I'm just putting, whatever I have, silk greeneries, fake greeneries. Did the same thing on this side, and then I put this wreath, and I had already started filling in with my leaves. But anyways, so and then the bottom, I wanted to tell you guys that this on the bottom here, this is cardboard, because the bottoms are open too, like a grid, and I wanted to, so I cut some cardboard for each size of the shelves, and I covered it with some peel and stick wallpaper. And so it gives me some stability when I put, books or a riser or whatever in there. Okay, and I've already put some fake eucalyptus, and I started putting my leaves, my greening leaves, and my fall leaves in. And so this is where we're going to start, and we're going to start up here at the top shelf. Okay, so we're going to start at the top here, and I'm going to just start putting in my fall leaves and just start placing them in. I'm going to try to create some balance here. This is off centered for some reason, but okay. We're going to start with that. And I have a couple other leaves here. Place those in there. And then I decided we're gonna add these white, I guess they're sunflowers because they were with the sunflowers, white sunflowers. But I thought that that would give a pop and break up all the fall colors. Okay, so this, I got this in Home Goods. In Home Goods, we took a trip there, and isn't he adorable? This is Fox and Feather is what's on the tag, but I only paid, I think, like $8.99 for him, and look how pretty he is. So we're gonna put him right here on where I told you I had stacked those books. If you look in here, you could probably see, but he's gonna go right in here, and he's gonna be the center focus of this shelf. So let's finish putting our flowers in. Okay, and then I'm gonna use these mums. They come in a big bush, and I got these on Amazon, and I will link them down below because they do look so realistic, like real mums. And you can put them in a pot outside, or in your house, you know, whatever you want to do. But they're really pretty. It's so hard to find mums, fake mums that look real. It's hard to find. So we're just gonna keep adding these in because they're real pretty. Okay, then I'm gonna just add some filler. These kinds of filler here that I've used before. I had bought a whole bunch of them from Michael's when I was there, where you can find these at Michael's. I don't know what they're called. I call them filler flower. Some kind of bush, fall bush. So we're gonna fill this up, you know, fall and festive. If you guys love fall, what is your favorite thing about fall that you like? I love the pumpkins and the colors and the apples, which I think I saw a sign yesterday. People said the apples are ready in some places. You can pick your apples, which is, like, to me, it seems early. But, okay, so that's basically it here for the top. And we're gonna work our way down now to the second shelf. We're down here now at the second shelf, right here. And as you see, I've already started, I had already started putting some fall leaves in there. But I wanted to show you what we're gonna be putting on the second shelf. I got this gold pumpkin also at Home Goods, and it has a lid on it. So you can put stuff inside if you wanted to keep it in your kitchen or your dining room, put treats in there or whatever. But I just thought it was so pretty, and we're gonna put that in here. And I do have, like I said, I have my cardboard here on the bottom. I have a couple of books stacked, and then I have the pumpkin on top of that, so it's pretty sturdy. It's not gonna really go anywhere. And then this one here. Okay. It's looking really pretty. Looking real festive already. So to this second shelf, we're going to add some mums that I got. Those mums that I told you about that are on Amazon. Like I said, they come in, I think you get 2 big bushes in one order. So I ordered 2 packs of them. So if you really wanted to make something bushy, you know, real pretty for fall in an urn or something like that on your front porch, or, you know, in a vase in your kitchen, on your kitchen counter, some type of pot. These are really pretty. I really think these are just beautiful for fall. They have different colors too. Okay, and then we're gonna just add some more filler in here, the filler flower. I'm gonna add that all in. Make a statement with these. And usually when you look, you know, you kind of want to keep things balanced. Don't make yourself nuts either, that everything has to be so symmetrical or perfect, because it doesn't need to be. You know, just whatever you think is pleasing to your eye, just as you go along. Just, you know, there's no formula for it or anything like that. Just as you go along, you know, like, oh, it needs a little pop of something here, so you add some of that in there. We add some more filler here. In the back, we want a little bit more. I need something here. I'm gonna put some here. So that's gonna basically do it for the second shelf. And now we're gonna work down to the third shelf. On the floor. I made a mess on the floor, but that's okay. I'm working. So, okay, I already have my greens. I put the eucalyptus greens. I put some of these leaves in here. And now I am going to put our lantern in here, which I got. This is the lantern I got from, actually, the Dollar Tree. They had these, I think they're like $5, but I thought the gold was really pretty. And then I put these little pumpkin wood risers in here because I'm going to be putting a candle on it. So I want to put this in here like that. And I want to add a little riser there. And I'm going to use this battery operated Luminara candle. This is the Luminara. And it's a green, pretty green color, which goes good in fall because there's a lot of green still in fall. Okay. So now we're going to add some yellow sunflowers down here. Really pretty, bright. And add a few more of these leaves in here. Let's see. I kind of don't like that. Let's put it this way. There we go. Well, as you can see, I'm just filling in as I go. And I'm not going too crazy, but, you know, like I said, I am a maximalist. So, now we're going to add in, I can show you now these bushes of these mums. They come like this. And you get two, I don't know if it's 2 or 3. I can't remember, but I'm going to link them down below. So if you guys want to buy these mums. And now we're going to just add some filler in. A couple pops of filler. 1, 2. And maybe one more here coming this way. There we go. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so now we're going to add this garland, this fall garland, because I want to wrap it from the top and then all the way down as if like it's growing outside in nature, and it's gonna like kind of bring the 3 shelves in, tie them in together. So I'm gonna start up here, bend it and wrap it so that it goes around the edges. It in together. I'm going to loop it right there because I don't want it taking over, you know, what I have in the center, the pumpkin and the fox up there. So that's what we're going to do. And I think that really ties everything in together. And now we are going to add fairy lights today, you guys. So I got these fairy lights off of Amazon, and I will link them down below. They're gold. I got the yellow. Well, they're actually called yellow, but to me, they're gold, and that's what I wanted. I wanted gold fairy lights. I didn't want the white. Although I do love the warm white, I do not care too much for the cool light, but this is what we're going to use. Gently, you don't have to go crazy, you know, just gently in there. And now I'm going to finish wrapping the fairy lights. Okay, you guys, so it's evening time, and I just wanted to show you what it looks like in the evening. And this is in our entryway. When you first come in, we have kind of a little bit of a big entryway, and it's tiled, and it leads to the dining room, which is that way. And so I wanted to show you what it looks like with the fairy lights on. And I think it came out really pretty. It's very fall and festive, and there's our candle lit with the lantern down there. So, and then also the sign I changed out that says Hello Fall, and that's from Amazon, and I will link that also down below. But here's what it looks like. And you can also, up here at the top, you can put a bow if you want to really go all out. But I kind of like it this way because I have a lot of stuff going on, so I don't want to make it too much, but I like it just as is. And I think it really came out really pretty in our entryway. Okay, so I also wanted to share our entryway, part of our entryway. We have a console table here, and this console table was given to me by my Aunt Karen, and it's really pretty black, and it's actually, there's glass under here, but I cover it to protect it with a runner. And so I wanted to show you also this little grass arrangement that I did for fall. Basically, I got this grass from Hobby Lobby. I think it was on clearance last year. And what I did was, the bottom I wrapped in a vintage napkin. This was part of a dining room set that was my grandmother's. And I wrapped that, and I have a bow around it. And I set it on a little pedestal here. And here we have some of the owls. And also I put in these feather straw-like things to give it that fall kind of look. And I love the hydrangeas. I love them. So I gotta kind of keep them in there because I thought it looked really pretty that way. And here's some candles. These candle holders, these I got on Amazon, and I will link those down below also. A couple of pumpkins here to give it that fall festive look, and I just have a eucalyptus garland up here with some these twigs that bend in it, give it that earthy fall look. And a little vintage table that my mom had given me, really cute. And so on it is our little bunny friend, and I made him back in the spring, actually from Dollar Tree items. I made him and covered him with moss. You could probably find the tutorial somewhere on YouTube. And I gave him a fall ribbon, bow tie, whatever you want to call it, for fall time. And I have a light up pumpkin here and a couple other pumpkins and some fall leaves. And so it looks festive Also, these candle sconces I got from Amazon also. And if they're still available, I'll link them down below. There we go. And that piece, I'm not sure where I got that piece. I think that might have been a Hobby Lobby item, but I love it up there. It looks really pretty. And that mirror is a consignment shop find that my husband bought for me, him and my daughter, for my birthday. So there we go. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today, for being with me as I styled and decorated that open shelf. And I hope it was an encouragement for you to do something in your home a little bit different. Also, next week, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing. Maybe we're going to be working here in the dining room. That's where I'm at now. Maybe I'll show you a little bit around and what I have done for fall. So maybe we'll be doing that next week. We'll see what I come up with. And in the meantime, stay safe, pray for each other, pray for this country. And God bless you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.